This computer. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 86th episode of Concerned Dabs Podcast. I'm your host, Katie M. Kane. Our guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is repping the east side of Silver City, New Mex. He is out here in Spokane, Washington. He created the album The Ghost of Johnny Banks. He is my homeboy. I met him at Beers, Bongs, and Bullshit podcast. Krown Royal, ladies and gentlemen, in the building tonight on Beers on Concerned Dabs podcast.
What up, bro?
What up, man? You can hear us okay? Everything's cool on the audio?
Yeah, everything's good. Man, you're on Beers, Bongs, and Bullshit so much that you might as well just throw it in there.
Yeah, man, I do. I try and rep those guys all the time. I love those guys. I enjoy every time I'm over there. It's always a good time, man. So
yeah, that's dope, man. And I was telling him it's tight that you're like the guy in the background. You know what I mean? Like like Joe Rogan has like Jamie back there, and you don't really see him, and it adds like this depth to the show. It's dope.
Yeah,
I like it.
Thanks, man. Because it is like there's sometimes I'm like, what can I? You know, like when Q is on there, TJ gave me like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I'm like, thanks, bro.
And put you on the mic.
Yeah, so I was like, man, thanks, because it is, man, it's fun. I want to bring the 8-channel preamp over there. We run more mics next time. So.
That'd be dope. And episode 86, man. I was born in 86. That's pretty dope, bro.
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
So how long you been doing your podcast for?
Since it was the day after 420 last year.
Oh, okay.
2019. So April 21st, 2019. So like I gotta do something. TJ's like, what are you gonna do for episode 100? I'm like, I don't know yet, dude. Like, but it's coming up, you know what I mean? So it's
maybe that could be the everybody that doesn't want to do acid does acid episode.
Yes, dude. See, that's a fucking good idea. And I'm not trying to be so peer pressury, but it's just like, I'm telling you, bros, you'll feel better after this. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm scared, dude. I'm scared. I've done a lot of bullshit, like bullshit ass drugs. It's like drugs that are supposed to make you like help you with yourself. I'm scared of. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh man, it's
no
like
doubt.
I get drunk and it's.
Well, I mean, to me, like the experience isn't like therapy or anything. It's just that the experience is fun. But I'm just saying, after you have the experience, like regular life is like it feels a little bit easier. You know what I mean? Like the perception is different. You know what I mean? Like I fucking know how it feels to be pissed off and raged out all the time. And it's not like that shit cured me of it, but it just gave me some different views. You know what I mean? It's like I understand a little bit better how things work, and I don't have to be angry about it because I understand, you know?
That's dope, bro. I think me and On1 should do it. I'm going to try to put a bug in his ear.
Yeah, man. Then, him too. Like, that's how I was telling him in the message. I was like, bro, we could just watch Terminator 2 and play Mega Man, you know? Like, we don't have to write songs and record. Like, we could just chill, you know?
Like, what have you been playing Mega Man on? Is it Sega or what?
Super Nintendo, bro. It's Mega Man and bass. It's some kind of Japanese it's a hack that they brought out over here, and it was that place on Sprague. It's by the fucking Big Five Sports. It's a bitch to get in there. It's right before Sprague crosses the freeway. There's a game store there,
bro. Is it okay?
Game World, something like that,
man. Right? Okay, so I bought a knockoff. You know the Nintendo Minis. You know how they're making.
That's so. It's a Retron. It plays Sega, Super Nintendo, and regular Nintendo. It was like $80 or something.
Well, I got a knockoff, the knockoff NES one, but it comes with like 600 games, and I got it in that same location, but it was at a thrift store over there on Sprague, right before you go under the bridge. That's weird. I thought you were about to say that, but man, that shit is dope. Mario, I play Mario like I'm a fucking Mario fool, bro. And I see you always talking about these old school games, and I'm like, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger.
I'm no gamer.
I'm not either. I started focusing more on music right around 1920. You know what I mean? And it was like I spent my money on that and not games. You know?
Yeah, I played obviously like as a kid. I played Mario, and then a gang of Tony Hawk, and then like Grand Theft Auto. Those are the only ones. I just bought that new. They re-released Tony Hawk 1 and 2 with like updated graphics and shit for the
Dope.
Xbox. So I played that. Like I'm not a gamer, bro. I play simple ass like skating games and
Me
shit.
too, dude. Same,
Yeah.
man. Like Chrono Trigger is my favorite shit. That's I got a cartridge that has 100 games on it, and Chrono
Oh,
Trigger is
tough.
on there, and I just it's an RPG game, and I hated those
Yeah.
games as a kid, but my buddy Mitchell got me on that one game, and I love playing it, dude. You
You
know.
never got into like Final Fantasy or anything like that?
No, he because he did. Mitchell plays
Yeah.
all of those games. You know what I mean? And when we were kids, I had a Sega, and he had a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So we would trade for like 2 weeks, right? So I'd give
That's
him my system and all my games. He'd give me his system and all his games, and
mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe like Chrono Trigger is the one I played the most. And I'm like, dude, it's weird that you got me on that because I was more fighting games or adventure type shit, Mega Man type shit, but
Yeah.
or Mario. Like I love Mario too, man. So
Bro, forget about it. Mario, man, I used to fuck with that meth back in the day. Real tough, bro. That's like a rite of passage in those southwestern states. You know what
no
I mean? And
doubt, yeah,
we used to put that Mario on, and like really the Mario one on like Super Nintendo where you got the raccoon tail and all that. And
yeah,
we used to see how fast we could beat the entire game. You know what I mean? And like
yeah,
just tweaking balls, bro. Man, tweaking balls and Sonic. I mean
yeah,
Mario.
yeah. I hear it in the music, dude. I hear it in the
Man.
music. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, I
Uh,
tell a lot. I've always been rapping about. I always rapped about fucking like the meth subculture, bro. And that was before, like I think Ritz. When Ritz came out and he started rapping about that shit, I was like, oh man, because I always knew like I had this little
little
like I always knew
niche.
I had this little niche where like because I've been rapping for a long time, right? And then like I was like, yeah, I'm a white boy, and in New Mexico, where I'm from, it's the hood, but it's all trailer parks, and this shit is way different. And then Eminem came out talking about the trailer park. I was like, oh, I'm fucked, and then it's
Yeah.
like. Then I was like, all right. And then this fool Ritz, man, this fool Ritz has done. I got this bad conspiracy that it sounds stupid that I think in my mind,
It
like a
might
lot of
not, bro. It's Katie Kane you're talking to.
all right,
Yeah,
so check out my conspiracy, bro. Is that a lot of labels keep their ear to the streets, and they see Ritz is super dope, talented rapper, but they kind of see how there's so many things that I've done that I feel like this fool Ritz has done that I was like, God damn, man, maybe some industry wizard is watching and saying, ooh, that's dope. Like he could already rap, but let's develop his background because this fool needs a total package. You know what I
that
mean? And
does
like,
not sound far fetched to me at all, sir. Because I know
yeah,
that, and not just myself, but Tyrant. We've been right clicked a few times, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and Tyrant might get mad at me for saying this, but he's been fucking with Moonshine Bandit since like '03, right?
Yeah,
And he sent them a beat that was a Sweet Home Alabama Credence sample. You know what I mean?
that's hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah, and it was fire. You know what I mean? And those guys didn't use it, but one of the producers on that same album that Ty got his first placement on
yeah.
was a co-producer for the Kid Rock fucking song that
Mm,
sampled Sweet Home. And he's like,
yeah,
it's dude, and that I love that Kid Rock song. But when I
yeah,
saw his name in the credits, like I had that fucking Moonshine CD sitting right there on my fucking table. You know what I mean? Like in a stack. So it was just like it bothered me because I'm just like,
yeah,
dude, that guy heard your beat,
yeah.
right?
And drew
Click and
inspiration right
dude,
from it.
yeah, and I'm not a super hater, but yeah, your
Mhm.
conspiracy is not that far fetched to me, man. You know what I
I
mean?
feel like it all the time, bro, because I have these ideas, bro, and it's like I got all these ideas, but I don't necessarily have the resources. Like, there's no $1 million
I can
like
dig it.
company behind my shit. You know what I mean?
I
So
can
like,
dig
yeah,
it.
I always rapped about that. I just always rapped about what I was like around. You know what I mean? And I guess that's the point, bro. Is that like to be
Experience.
successful in rap, like the music that I like. That's why I don't like no new rappers because I can't like relate to them, bro. I can relate to what the artists that I like are talking about. It hits home for me. You know what I mean? So I've always just done me, and I gotta my shit. Like not everyone has dealt with. Maybe I kept it too maybe I kept it too like meth influenced in my rhymes, but I always wanted to just represent my life and where I came from, you know what I mean? So maybe that excluded a lot of people and shit, but I don't care, you know what I mean? I just do my music and man,
Yeah,
I always wanted to like put on for my town, bro. I always made music to like for the homies. You know what I mean? I just
yeah,
wanted to make music for the homies to be proud of, you know, and that alienated myself a bit, you know what I mean? You should always want to have a broader thing,
yeah,
but it's always best to just be yourself though, you know?
yeah. And that's one of the things I wanted to say to you is the honesty. You know what I mean? I don't think you're lying about any of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The honesty and the emotion that comes with that level of honesty is what I like, bro. You know what I mean? Like we had
Hmm.
like a freestyle session when I got to sit in on the episode with you and Cordell, but and
Yeah.
it was fun. I was like, damn, this
Yeah.
guy's tight. You know what I mean? And when I listen to the see, it's just like I'll also say this, man. The only truth is said in jest, man. And
Right.
it is. It feels like that's part of your style too. Is it's comedy. You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
honest because of it. You know what I mean? It's truthful because of it. And the one song that I like, dude, that I fucking listened to it like 10 times today, man, is
Dope.
Beer Gut.
Yeah, man, that's
Well,
everybody's
cause
favorite shit.
dude, cause it's like Peep the Rain kind of seems like it's God crying, fuck the world.
Yeah.
It ain't even like I'm not trying. Like I'm
Right.
uh I pride myself on being a regular dude, man, a common
Yeah.
man, a common
Yeah.
man. And when I heard this song, I related to it so much as a common man, you know? And then the part that makes me want to cry is at the end when you call your bro and it's like, no, I'm good. You know what I mean? And it's
Mm.
like, do you want all my CDs? Because it's just like,
Right. Did you
fuck,
catch
dude.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I was, you know, like makes me want to cry, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's honest emotion
Yeah.
from a common man, and I like that song a lot, bro. Like that's one of my faves, bro.
Yeah. I know you said you were listening to the catalog kind of backwards. My first album that I really did is called Not Guilty. And I did that shit. I was in New Mexico, bro, and I was locked up for a little while. And I got out and I came up here. I wanted to change my life around a little bit, get some different scenery and do some different shit. You know what I mean? I was really ready to turn my life around. And I wrote that album. I ended up meeting Cordell and them. Cordell was like, when I was locked up, I was on the phone with Cordell. He was good friends with my cousin and was over at my parents' house all the time, family gatherings and shit. So I finally met up with that fool and we got in a position where we could do an album. So I recorded this album fresh out of a very long meth addiction, fresh out of being locked up and like all these rehabs and all this shit. So the album's called Not Guilty, and it was like a concept album where it goes from basically like a party type of vibe to a real dark place, and then the last song is called Not Guilty, like opening a new chapter. And then a lot of people say they fuck with that album because it's like such a vulnerable album, you know what I
It
mean?
is, dude.
But
Like
then,
man. Gangster shit is one thing, you know.
mm-hmm,
Like being tough is cool, you know.
yeah,
I, you know, I'm not a tough guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm a
yeah,
fucking regular guy, and when emotion is expressed in songs, like I can fucking dig it, dude. And it seems like you're saying, new rap. It's like they're all numb on pills, dude, and not expressing
yeah.
any of the shit that they've been through, other than to mention it in one bar while they're high
I
on
th-
pills. You know?
I think what happened was, you know, because also like I grew up off like UGK and a lot of Houston shit, bro. I fuck with like Houston music big time, and I fuck
Yeah.
with like
Scarface.
3 6, yeah,
Hell
Scarface,
yeah.
and
Three.
everybody knows 3 6 was on them pills, and
Yeah.
everybody knows everybody from Houston was on that lean way back in the day, and it's like I think the problem is with the newer generation, bro. Honestly, I think a lot of all the like real G's got locked up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I don't know what's going on, but I don't ever come across no songs that invoke like any emotion like that gets me like, oh, I gotta run that back. Like even a melody and a beat, like it's all the same shit. I don't know, man. I like to make music that not emulates, but kind of draws the same emotions as the music that I like. You know what I
Same,
mean?
dude.
And
Same.
it's like, but I'm just like anybody else, bro. Like I made shit. I've made everything, bro. And just like I'm a dude that's like I'm a funny ass fool. I'm a fucking straight up clown. Like I'm down to punch you in your face. Like I fucking done my work. I'm a great father though. You know what I mean? I'm all
Yeah.
these things, bro. So my music is that's another thing with me. Like my music from album to album, you're gonna find different shit because there's so many versions of me, bro. Like I got a prank call album in the cuts, you know what I mean? Like I'm not afraid to be a fool, bro, because I'm just myself. Like I know who I am, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could be a stupid ass fucking clown, and I hope I hope you respect me though, and don't be like, ah, that fool's a clown, he ain't shit. Because I take pride in being like,
Nah,
oh, you know,
nah, dude.
I'm just saying
I
in
respect.
general.
Nah, I respect you a lot, dude.
No, I'm just saying like not you, but like the people. Like I hope motherfuckers know like hell yeah, I'm a clown, but
yeah,
I'll fucking smack you in your forehead. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
You know
want
what
to
I
be
mean?
like that. Like I'm bro, come
Nah.
on now. I'm 34 years old. You know what I mean? I'm trying to chill, but like, man, motherfuckers be pissing me off sometimes, dude.
Yeah, and sometimes guys, yeah, really get bulled in public sometimes too. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm here running an errand, you know, but
right.
like, dude, there's a parking lot right there. Like, please calm down, you
Yeah, for
know.
real.
We can find each other out there. Like, let's be civil here, sir. You know.
Yeah, I'm always down to find the best, you know, way about things, but it's like whatever. You know, but I'm not even on that tough guy shit, bro. I used to have such a chip on my shoulder when I was younger and you know, but it's about respect, bro. You know what I mean? Like if you smack into me and I'm wearing brand new white shoes and you spill tomato sauce all over my shoes and you apologize, hey man, we're good to go. You know, but
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's whatever, bro. But that's why I haven't been doing music for so long though, because I found myself like what the fuck am I gonna talk about, bro? I'm a dad. I go to work. I fucking, you know what I mean? All this
Yeah.
shit. Like I found fishing a couple years back and just fell in love with fishing. Like
Yeah.
I camping and shit. Like what am I gonna do? A fucking camping album? And who knows that might hit? But like
Well,
you know,
nah.
I've been out of inspiration because I just can't make up bullshit. You know what I mean? Like that's why I've been
Yeah.
doing these
I
concept kind of songs lately.
I agree. I've been rocking with Tyrant since the beginning of my career, and he's really on that country rap type stuff, you know,
Yeah,
right now. And I submit work for him and his artists all the time. You know what I mean? I'll do hooks or whatever. Like I try and get myself out there as much as I can, but only like the past couple years they've been digging it.
yeah,
And the shit like I talk about shit from where I'm from. You know what I mean? And so
yeah.
I always felt like I was a rapper and I was a D-boy, so I was trying to make this certain type of music, and now I'm more of a it was more comfortable being a rock and roll dude trying to make those country rap type songs because the content is original from my experiences, dude, and
Right.
those fools dig it. And I'm like, I don't feel like I'm fronting anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it is. I grew up hunting and fishing and you know, like harvesting food. Like I'm a country ass motherfucker too. I am D-boy
Yeah.
and all that other stuff, but it's okay to talk about those experiences also, is what I wanted to tell you. You know what I mean? And you grew up in the Southwest, so I know you're from the hood and there's like trailer park shit to talk about, but you've also you've been out in the country, I know, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You've seen the cactus and, you know,
Oh
like
yeah.
all kinds of cool shit, dude. So, uh, I think the difference is like finding inspiration in it and making it rhyme and sound catchy and cool, you know what I mean? Because and how I do is try to just relate the scenery of, you know, places you've been
Right.
with some hood shit that's catchy and fucking melodic, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Well, that's why like that nightmares joint, man. I've always I want to do a whole a whole album worth of samples like that because I grew up like my mom and my grandfather. You know, my mom is only 56 years old. My grandfather's, you know, 77 or whatever, and they gave me my love for music, and it's all classic rock, man. You know,
yeah.
Journey, fucking, and man, I wanna do a 10-track album, flipping all that shit I grew up off, you know, just like I did with that nightmare shit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
dude,
But
that is a dope song. Well, and also
thank you.
honest, bro, with the emotion. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? And then because everybody has a brother in their circle who has called, and it's like, that shit's about to go down. It's like you got to try and talk your bro down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, man, fuck, think about this. Like,
Yep.
here's a
And
song about it, man. Listen to this song. You know what I mean?
yep.
And I honestly feel like people will feel better after that.
Yeah, that's dope. And that's kind of where I want to go, bro. I've always been trying to think of what I can do or where I can be most naturally, because I have all I could make all these hardcore raps and shit for days, but and which I'll still do. Like I want to do a lot of shit, bro. Like I don't want you to just listen to one album and be like, that's all he is. Like, maybe 5 albums from now, I want to just do a whole bunch of shit, bro. Like I'm gonna do this. I think my next shit I'm gonna work on, I'm gonna put out a little EP called it's just gonna be called Black, bro. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be some dark ass vibe, gritty, like almost, Memphis. It's the color of Memphis. If you picture a color, it's
Yeah.
it's
Hell
just
yeah.
gonna be dark and gray and shit. And I just want to try that. But I definitely want to do a lot. The key is, bro, though, to have a sick ass producer, bro, like C Ray, for
Well,
example.
yeah, that man, because I wrote down the quote, you know what I mean, that I like from Beer Gut, but then I also wrote down C Ray production. That is something I wanted to ask you about, dude. So it's dope
Oh,
that it's almost like you fucking can see my little fucking piece of paper and you're,
that's crazy.
like you're
Yeah.
going in order and everything.
That's
I'm like,
cool. Word.
yeah, it's all right. Because C Ray, that's one thing too that I notice is that the beats that I really dig on I'm like, it's like some Dr. Dre type shit, and then he's singing. I'm like, he had to have made that beat. I didn't check the credits,
Yeah.
but I'm just like, dude, that guy's nice. Like,
Well, with that Nightmare song, for example, I wrote that entire song and I performed that entire song, right? And I can't sing for shit, right? So I did my best when it's like the my bitch always out here, fuck, that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I layered it up and did all these various tones and this and that. And I was like, man, C Ray, I was like, just I'm gonna send you this shit. Just do what you got to do, bro. And he's like, all right, I sent it back, and he sent it back, and I was bumping it, and I'm like, man, I wonder how he's gonna make my voice sound. And he sang that shit. And I called him back. I was like, man, you're gonna murder me on my own shit. He's like, look, man. He's like, I usually I usually don't take these kind of liberties, man. But I thought it was gonna be like for the best, you know what I mean? And I was like, cool. Like that's why you have like motherfuckers don't understand, bro. Like the process of an album. Like my job is just to give you what I got. And then when I send it to you as a producer, bro, I want you to do whatever the fuck you feel my song needs. Like,
Yeah,
and that's what makes you a dope. Like, I don't even want full control over that shit. I
yeah,
want as many people's hands on it. Like, I don't want to mix the shit. I don't want to fucking, take the skeleton beat and turn it into a thing. And he thought, and I trust his ear, and you should trust whoever you're working with ear. He knew that would be a sound, and I just want my shit to sound proper, bro. So that's what's dope about working with cats like C Ray. Like he mixed my entire Ghost of Johnny Banks album, and he did one beat on there. My partner Arson did every other single beat on there, but they would send me, Arson would send me a skeleton beat, I'd send back my raps, and then he would tweak the beat a little bit, and then they sent it to C Ray. And if C Ray had to put like a different symbol or a different clap in, like it was 3 different minds to
yeah,
make. And that's the way I like to work, bro. Like that's really the dope way to work, bro.
yeah,
And you got to have somebody like that. Fool C Ray is so fucking fool. I'm telling you, that fool should be a millionaire, bro. He's
yeah.
multi talented, bro. He's really like and as a person, he's dope. You
Yeah,
know.
I'm really digging his work. I'm trying to also get him on the podcast. If you're listening to this episode, C Ray, please let me talk to you about your career, man, in music on my podcast. Because dude, that Radiation album is sick, bro. That fucking Remain Ill,
Bro,
bro,
that whole
dude.
shit, that
Like
whole
I'm
album.
just like, oh, it's so Cypress Hill, man, and it's I like that shit, bro.
And
That
he and
song dope.
that fool, and I don't even care, bro. I'll ride his nuts, bro. That fool is constantly dropping. It's like, bro, how do you constantly drop syllable after album and still be fresh, bro? Like, how you gonna
Yeah,
drop? That's a lot of fucking writing, bro. I could chop, but goddamn, that's a lot of fucking. I would pour my whole heart out
yeah.
into one song, and these fools are out here, you know,
Yeah.
and he
He's
doesn't always chop, but I mean, it's just the material don't end with this fool. And to be that creative, that's where I want to be, bro. To be able to
same.
sit down and just put out album after album after album without making the same album twice, you know?
Yeah, and that's it's inspiring, man. As an artist,
Yeah.
hearing another artist, you know what I mean. And when he does that
Mm-hmm.
Nate Dogg shit too, man, when he harmonizes, I'm just like, holy fuck, this is tight. You
So
know, I'm like,
that's another thing. Like speaking of like production and things, you know, me and Cordell, we go way back. We've made a ton of music forever, and he wasn't on my Ghost of Johnny Banks album, and the reason, you know, we made that album, we had like 5 or 6 different versions. Like I think when you first called me in, you were listening to the return of Johnny Banks or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's one thing too. Is that like a Southwest thing? Because Pussifer Maynard from Pussifer will do that a lot. He'll release the album again, remix, like give the stems to another producer, and that's
I
that's what
just
it was, bro.
Yeah.
I liked when I listened to the first version of the album. I like that a little bit better, but still, it's
Yeah.
dope. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, all that shit's extremely raw, and like, if it was mixed at all, it was just mixed by me for the purpose of like reference tracks and stuff. But I just wanted to show people, like, I just wanted to show people, like, like, you shouldn't just sit down and just fucking make the song, and that's the way it is. It's like, you know what? If your homeboy don't sound right, maybe he doesn't make it. But my point I was saying with Cordell was like, you'll see on that Return of Johnny Banks, he did like 3 or 4, like 2 or 3 different hooks, and it just, like, we just tried a whole bunch of different shit. Like, I think it should be a big old process, bro. That's what makes albums dope, is like, and I don't think a lot of people are doing that, like not just out here, but kind of artists like of our stature or whatever. Motherfuckers are just making shit, you know. I think there should be
Yeah,
a cool and that's why I respect On One for like, man, let's get in the studio and create. Fuck all this email shit. Like,
yeah. And
that's
I'm with
straight up.
that. And if those guys listen to this episode, well, I guess it's not coming out till Sunday, so I'll jump in the mess. But I'm down this weekend, bro. Like shit. I got because if the 4 or 5 of us get in there for dude
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 hours, I'm
Oh,
sure,
bro.
you know, like we could get 2 or 3 songs easy.
I think we could get at least 2 or 3 songs. Honestly, I
Yeah.
think we could knock out a Christmas EP. But the problem is, I mean, the problem would be the beats, right? Because we could find generic ass beats.
On One's
uh,
got beats, man.
I know, but that fool, I'm talking about, like, if that fool want to do a Christmas album, that shit would be dope. But you know, but then again, your boy Ritz just dropped a goddamn Christmas album, so now we can't do a Christmas album. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I say we get up in that bitch and make an acid EP, bro, and be like, yo, we made, you know, what other rappers are out there tripping balls making a whole EP, bro?
Yeah, because that's yeah.
I
I can stand behind uh responsibly using that chemical, you know what I mean, with your
Yeah,
friends in a setting like that. I don't want to fucking like, dude, I'm not a pill guy, you know?
right,
And
yeah,
you know, it's like, dude, try this. Just do it one time, and then it's not gonna turn you into a junkie or a fucking burnout. You know what I mean? But
right.
like, see how your mood is the week after that,
Well, the thing
and
is too with like,
it's gonna be a little bit different than the week before. You know, and it's
I'm down.
yeah, you know, and it's not bad. It's not like fuck, I'm
Yeah.
pissed off and angry because I don't fucking have another one. It's like,
Right.
nah, man, everything's kind of cool. This shit
Like, hey man,
pisses me off a little bit less now, you know, like fuck.
where could we borrow $40 at, bro? We need a couple more tabs, bro.
No, yeah, see, it's not gonna be like that, you know, like at all. Like it's
Yeah,
not,
and you
you
can't
know.
trust what are you drinking on, a beer? Rainier?
Mhm. It's a top cutter, man. Hops from Yakima,
Oh,
Washington. Bale Breaker is
oh,
the brewery. Yeah.
man, I'm not much of a beer guy. I don't know what it is, bro. I'm just not much of a beer guy, man.
No,
I don't
it's
know
all
what the
good.
fuck my problem is.
When TJ drove me out to Yakima to make that movie, uh he's not a IPA guy either, but it's like
Yeah.
what I had like 3 of them left over from the night before, so that's what we started on the next night. And during that day we drove out to White Swan and we drove past so many hop farms, you know what I
Mm.
mean? And they have the wires hanging up and shit through the whole line. And like I told him, I was like, bro, those beers we drank last night, like the hops that were
Right
in
there.
those beers came from these fields, bro. You know what I mean? So it
See,
was
that's tight.
cool. Yeah, I would just, and he was like, "That's dope," because most people don't look at it like that, and I think it's sick, dude. Because a lot of cool shit is made out here, you know, and it's if it's made out here and you can buy it out here, then fuck, dude, that's supporting your local economy, and I think people should do things like that, you know, in whatever
Yeah, there's
capacity they can, you know.
a lot of local breweries, a lot of local wineries, a lot of like what is it, Cleellum over there with the orchards? Is that the right town with all the fruit orchards and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah, yeah. Yakima has apples too, but yeah,
Yeah,
Cleellum has a
yeah.
shit. They got like berries and cherries and fucking
Man,
grapes and
I was dating this girl, man, and she had family out there that they owned like fruit orchards for like 100 years or some shit, and
tight.
they had the most popping fruit stand out there and shit. We stayed up at their house and like we went out into the orchards and went to the fruit stand and like, man, I love that kind of shit, bro. I miss that kind of shit, like about being in New Mexico. Like, man, you got the chili stand, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got the
Yeah.
fruit stand and man, I don't know. I like that kind of shit, man. I'm telling
Well,
you, the
and
homie shit.
and that's one kind of idea I'd like to send out into the universe to you. It's like if you're a culinary guy, bro. I remember
Yeah,
being on that episode and you talked about turkeys and turkey and mashed potatoes
yeah.
instead of gravy, fucking red chili sauce. I was like, oh, bro, like that plate right there would be $15. You could sell 100 of those every fucking day between lunch and fucking dinner.
I agree.
Easy,
Well,
bro. You know what I mean? So I
I'm
would
trying
just
to work
like,
on a food truck.
yeah, man, I encourage you to do the same, man. Because me too. I would like to do the
Mm-hmm.
same. Mikey Vegas from Portland. Shout out to Mikey Vegas. He got the Trap Kitchen. I think that
Oh,
shit is
dope.
tight, bro. Like he's making moves, man, and it's all legal and it's all still in the hood and still local business and still good food. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
that's the thing. Like, they got a
and
sushi truck out here, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, man. It's a sushi truck, bro. It looks like a little man, and it's a truck, and you're like, what the fuck, man? But it's some of the most fire sushi. It's called Raw Dead Fish in Coeur d'Alene, and
tight.
it's just good food and something different, you know. And the thing is, especially in these times, bro, um, things like things like food trucks and especially like mobile food trucks, bro,
Yeah.
and like delivery and those type of things, bro. That shit's gonna be popping. Like, them food trucks lose no business. You know what I mean? You don't got to go
No,
in if
it's
you're scared of
not.
sitting down. There's nothing to shut down because they were never
No,
a restaurants.
there's one guy. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Maybe two guys, maybe a guy taking orders or a guy prepping, but basically that's it.
You want
Everybody
to
else
know?
is on the outside of the building. You know what I
You,
mean?
you want to know my other secret idea, bro? I'm gonna spill the beans right
Yeah,
here on
man.
this
Yeah, let's
podcast,
hear it.
bro.
Yeah.
So you, so you know, coming up here, I never saw like drive-through coffee stands in my life, right? Till I got up here, and it makes sense. You know, Seattle's so close, and that's probably why coffee's so big with the stands and stuff.
Yeah.
But so in my mind, it's the majority of people that go through these coffee stands are like females. You know what I mean? Because you know, a man, he'll wake up, he'll get his pot of coffee, and that's how a man drinks coffee, right? The women, they like their fucking non-fat, fucking blah blah blah. And they, you know,
Yeah.
the women, I'd say a vast majority of people that go through these coffee stands are women, right? Well,
Yeah.
who works at these coffee stands? It's always some good looking chicks, bro.
Well, dude,
Man,
they got bikini ones too, you
so
know,
check
or
this shit out, man.
they'll flash you for 5, you know.
That's what I'm saying. And I want
Uh,
to open a coffee stand and have nothing but good looking fucking dudes wearing fucking banana briefs in that motherfucker,
dude,
bro. You know how long them
yeah,
lines would be, man.
that's dope. Yeah, and
Six
dude,
pack all
yeah.
oiled up.
Yeah, man. So like, dude, I had this conversation with my sister, right? Because she's a female athlete and she's a doctor, she's a physical therapist now and shit. But she makes a wicked sandwich that I want to slang in a food truck too and call Annie's Sannies.
Mm.
And I was like, what if we had girls in bikinis slanging them? She was like,
Yeah.
fuck no, we're not doing that. And I was like, okay, so let me flip the coin. What if we have dudes in fucking, you know, just fucking panties fucking slanging? She's like,
Yeah.
and she sat there for like 5 seconds. She was like, no, we're not doing that either. Like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. You know,
But
like,
you know what?
okay, she's fair, you know, like,
it's smooth, man, because you know how women are, man. They want to be sneaky and they want, so you tell your husband, I'm gonna go get a coffee. Okay,
Yeah.
baby, go get you a coffee. You don't think nothing about it, and next thing you know, it's
But dude,
Julio Iglesias in a goddamn
yeah,
thong giving you an
yeah.
espresso. You
But
know,
also, I think you should have like one location that's called like Dad Bod's Coffee or something. You
that
know what
would
I
be
mean?
super dope.
Yeah, I think there would be a lot of fellas who are kind of down on their luck who could make some serious cash by
I
just,
think so too, and I think a
yeah,
lot
you
of
know what I mean?
maybe more women would go to that because they'd feel more comfortable rather than going to like these dudes that are like fucking playgirl models. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I
That'd be
agree. You
dope.
know, a lot easier to speak to. You know what I mean? Like it is. Like
Yeah,
I think these are all valid ideas, Crown
man,
Royal.
I
You
got
know.
ideas. I just don't got no money to put behind the shit, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Well, no,
Ah,
I think that one, like if it's coffee, that's pretty cheap. You could get the cart for 10. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah,
And then maybe the materials for like 5, and then you might need like salary for a couple weeks, right? So it's like,
yeah,
so maybe like 15, 17 total. 20 if you got 20 and had a partner to kick in 10 or something, like, and then have it all written down. Because dude,
yeah,
like, and then having contents, like if you could shoot a couple homies who are like, like, fuck, come on, fucker, like you got a job that'll pay every day, like just let me shoot it. Because I think that would be dope, bro. I think
hella tips,
I
bro.
I don't think it's that far-fetched, Crown Royal.
Neither do I, and I bet you it's gonna happen, bro. And you just watch, and then
Yeah,
me and you are gonna be like, motherfucker, I told you. You know what I mean? Do you ever
yeah,
have ideas you think to yourself, damn, this would be dope, and then like 2 years later somebody fucking does it, and you're
yeah.
like, what the fuck? That shit happens to me all the time, bro.
Yeah, that's another. You had this song called like tie your hair back and suck my dick or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what
hair
I mean?
tie, hair tie.
Well, okay, yeah, but so I never heard that song until fucking this weekend.
Then you got
But
some head.
like, but you know, but 2 years
Nah.
ago, my homie Kyle White had this Suicide Gene is one of his bands. He had an instrumental beat on YouTube that he sent me, and I just, it hit me one day. I was like, I got something for that. And it's called There She Goes, and it's like the chorus is like, there she goes, taking off her shirt, pulling back her hair, she's about to
Yeah.
put in work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when I heard your song, I was like, whoa, like it's the same concept, just in a different presentation. You know what I mean? So when you talk about industry wizards who are listening and hear something dope, and that it's,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a conspiracy at all, bro. Like that's for real,
Nah,
bro.
they
You
got to be
know?
watching, dude. And I'm telling you, you could look too, bro. It's wild. When I dropped that Ghost of Johnny Banks, and then Ritz has that. I think it's called the Ghost of Johnny Valiant or some shit, or
You're
the Legend. That
shitting me.
What is it called? The Legend of Johnny Valiant, the Ghost of Johnny Valiant, some weird shit. Same shit, man.
It's a
And then
song or an album?
it's an album that he dropped right around
Ah,
the same time I dropped my shit. And then
damn.
I have this weird thing with Ritz, bro. Like this weird fucking like where we're on like a parallel path, but I'm a fucking loser and he got lucky. Like, and then when he did that Crown Royal song for it, I damn near shot myself with that shit, bro.
Ah,
I was like,
damn.
man, if I would have done that song, I would have popped, bro. He's over there talking
Yeah.
about Crown Royal. Who raps about Crown Royal, bro? I
Maybe
mean, come on, man.
maybe he is the energy vampire, but maybe you just gotta absorb his power and start, sucking his juice and fucking, you know what I
I'm gonna
mean?
start sucking his juice.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and
but
just,
it's like, man, I can't do a song about Crown Royal. That's why my name's Crown Royal, because it's like, it's like top shelf shit, but like only for like regular folks though, because like rich
yeah,
motherfuckers drink like Louis and shit, but to motherfuckers like us, like, ooh, Crown, oh shit, let me get, that's like that,
yeah.
even though it's only like $30 a fifth to us, it's fancy, you know what I mean? And that's kind of where I.
It is, bro. I'm not trying to spend
Mm-hmm,
more than 20. If I spend 30, I'm
mm-mm.
stunned. You know what I mean? Like,
Crown is good though, bro. I like that shit.
yeah. And like, dude, for real, common man shit, Crown Royal,
Exactly.
like that's
That's how I always wanted to be, is just a regular cat, bro. You know what I
me
mean?
too. Me too. That's why I like hanging out over there at TJ's, man. Cause
Yeah.
everybody's not wearing a bunch of, fucking jewelry and Jordans and all
Yeah.
this shit. It's like Nah, man, we're gonna smoke and drink and talk about shit we like to talk about, you know? Like
And it's
that's
cool. Nobody. It's good to get together with people like like all you guys, you know, because it's just like you said, just regular folks. And when you're just a regular motherfucker, not regular in the sense of like, oh, I'm a square, but like just,
yeah.
you know, everybody, we got maybe a little bit of mental problems. We got a bitch at home
Yeah.
we're fighting with, you know,
Well,
we got to
dude,
go to work. And
that's what makes it more common to me, man. Like
yep,
I told my lady when she got home from work, I'm like, yo, this song is Beer Gut. I'm like, it's dope. It's super manic depressive. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I could fucking relate to that. And it's not as uncommon as one would think, dude. You know what I
exactly. But
mean?
see, I
The
think guys like us are
diagnosis
just
just
willing to
is.
put it out.
Yeah, I agree, dude. And I respect you a lot for it.
Hmm.
And I like the music because of it. You know what I mean? It's inspiring.
I wrote that shit, dog. Listen, I was a janitor at this fucking like amusement fucking park type place, bro. And man, I wrote that shit, man. I had to go in there at like 4 in the morning, dog. And so I would get up in there, get my coffee, smoke a cigarette, get going. I went down there to take a shit one morning, man, and I just started writing, bro, on my phone. And like
Ugh.
everything I wrote in that fucking song was legitimately exactly what was happening. My bitch was working in a fast food restaurant. I
Yeah,
would just come home real fucking numb, like watching my kid would be watching cartoons, and I'd just be sitting on the couch and getting fat and shit. And I'm like,
yeah,
fuck it, man. Why don't I just put this down, dog? And I really wrote that like on a toilet at my janitor job. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
And
dude, like
everybody loves that joint. That's crazy.
I do. I like it a lot, man. You know, like
All
it's
right, thank you.
yeah, it's regular dude shit, and
Yeah.
it is, man. The only truth is said in jest. It's
Yeah.
trying to be funny a little bit, but it's just so that I'm cracking a joke so I don't fucking cry my eyeballs out is how it feels. You know what I
Well, that's
mean? Like,
that's
you
why
know,
motherfuckers
like
are funny,
shit.
bro. Being
Yeah.
being funny is a big defense mechanism, dog, and that's how you get good at being funny. Is either you got a whole lot of shit, you know, you want to deflect, bro, and you want to. Dude, all the comedians are fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all whacked out and shit. But like
Yeah.
honestly, I didn't even write that
The
shit.
good musicians are too, Crown Royal.
Well, no,
You
the
know?
best musicians are fucked. The best comedians, the best. Yeah, you know what? I think it. You know, I can't say really like actors because you know the best musicians and the best comedians are real fucked, bro,
Yeah. Writing,
and
you know?
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To express what's going on in your head in a medium that other people can, you know, consume and interpret on their own, like it takes a lot of balls. Most people are afraid, and so it does kind of
right.
take a crazy person to. I'm not fucking scared. I'll do that shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'll
and
talk
that was
about and
always my thing.
yeah, that's what I respect too, man. Because even I'm not a meth guy or anything like that too,
Yeah,
but it's like listening to the music. It's honest. I watched the movie Spun. I listened to 3 6
right.
Mafia too. You know what I mean? Like I've eaten pills before. I've smoked chewies. You know, so it just
Right.
I'm not innocent, and it's honest expression, bro. You
Yeah,
know, and that experience is a lot more common than people would think. And you know, I feel
yeah,
like that too, man. Like Rich just he had Strange at that time. You know what I mean? And he's
yeah,
got
yeah,
it's resources, but that's also why I try and link up with brethren like you and TJ and On One and Paul, because it's we don't have that. We got us. So
yeah.
we should try and do what we can to push each other and push each other, like lift each other up. You know what I mean?
I
Like
agree, bro. We
that's
should use our resources. Definitely find the best beat maker that we know, find the best mixer that we know, find the dopest podcast motherfuckers that we know, and just do the thing. Like you know, like I haven't always like I was tripping what you said in that message. Like yeah, I always I like your style because you're telling me I rap on the four, like maybe
yeah.
like cute but too short,
The rhyme
and like
hits on four, bro. Like that's how
yeah,
I
and I
always
could
wrote, you know?
can chop syllables and do that kind of shit too. But like more importantly, I just want motherfucker like I mean, I super technical rappers are really, really dope, but they're really, really dope when they're like actually saying. I just want like my content, like I want the shit. Like a lot of people don't get E40, but like E40 says the dopest shit. It's not that
Fuck
he's
yeah.
fucking chopping or nothing. It's his content that's like
Yeah.
sick. You know what I mean? But then there's fools like On One and these type of fools that are technical and they can mix in
Yeah. And if he
the content.
and if he is listening right now on one, I know you're technical and I know you're tough, but dude, the emotional, expressive, vulnerable shit is the shit I love. You know,
Yeah, I'm
that's the
gonna get
shit.
back into it.
That's the shit I go back to and I want to listen to again and again. Like that guy did a verse on my Petrelli album on this song called "Just Like Him," where we're talking about our fathers. It's me, my bro Jackson, aka McQuinna. That's his feature on the album, and On One. And dude, On One goes last, and it makes me want to cry every time too. I listen to it. I'm just like, man, it's so honest. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I get a little bit of that on the albums from him that I listen to, but it's just like, fuck, I want to push him in that direction, dude. Cause it's like, bro, that's where it's at, man. Like, don't be afraid to do that shit. Cause I love those songs, you know?
Yeah, I got a ton of self-ass loathing shit, bro, that I have written down. I think I'm just gonna put it on wax, bro, because I mean that's one thing that I'm just gonna say fuck it, go for it. You know what I mean? On this dark ass album or shit. Like, I don't have a problem with talking. Who like? There's rappers that I really love that are like, yeah, I'm out here bummy, man, but I'm just trying to get it. You know what I mean? Like, and not that I'm bummy, but it's like, there's a lot like Devin the Dude, bro. Devin the
I
Dude
love
is
him
such a
too.
regular motherfucker. He
That's
drinks
why,
beer.
bro. That's why I love
Yeah,
him too. You know, like
yeah.
he's common
Mm-hmm.
man. Shout out to my bro Jordy. My bro Jordy in Portland sold that fool some smoked steelhead like the last time he was in town and shit.
Oh, see, that's dope.
He was posting videos with him and shit. I'm like, dude, that's cool. I
That's
like
cool as
Devin the
fuck.
dude. Yeah. Shout out to my G also. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of real grounded, cool, down to earth motherfuckers, man, and I think that's the position that I've been supposed to be going, but for whatever reason, I don't know, man. I
yeah.
got to get there.
Well, dude, I just it constantly gets thrown in our face that we should have these things in order to be successful.
Yeah,
And my message doesn't reach very far, dude, but I feel like sometimes it reaches the bros who are around me in my circle, and I try to express the opposite that, hey man, you don't need these things to be successful. Like we don't need to view those as currency, as status
right.
or anything. We don't need to place importance on that. Like I think we're all talented as writers and creators, and we should work together to create more products and content that um because it's competition, bro. Like those guys do have millions of dollars and all this corporate backing, and we don't, but it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. We could still win. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I think that might be the next wave too, is because like a lot of people are like, man, this fucking new music that's coming out lacks total fucking substance. So they're gonna go searching for some shit with some meaning behind it and stuff. You know what I mean? And
I agree. I
who's there
agree.
to fill that void? I don't think there's too many people out there that, that's why, I stay listening to my old shit because not many people are coming out and invoking emotion, bro.
What?
And
Yeah,
shit.
and same, dude. That's another reason why, like, because it's Concerned Dab's podcast, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a musician. I can't just leave it cannabis industry. It's like there's also this other art side that doesn't get coverage, like cannabis doesn't get coverage. You know what I mean? And so guys that I think are dope, I would like them to come on my show and talk about their shit because my audience isn't huge, man. It's getting a little bit larger, but I would like to document the things that I think are tight
Yeah.
in the time that I was here on Earth, and I'm not. It's not going to be what's on radio or on TV or anything. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, it's going to be some shit that's emotional and expressive. That's not cookie cutter and fucking watered down. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's the slow burn, bro. Doing shit, it's like, man, I know how dope like this is that we're doing right now, and I know how dope that BBB shit is, and it's like it's just that slow burn because motherfuckers aren't. It's not the status quo, even though it's the dopest shit. It's just not. It's like, man, you could have a dude in the hood that's the greatest basketball, better than Jordan. He just never, maybe his dad never put him in front of the people that are drafting motherfuckers and shit like that. So it's like a slow burn, bro. And shit, one of these days, maybe episode fucking 600, maybe your shit's gonna pop and they're gonna start from the beginning and be like, damn, this is fool's talking to some dope ass
yeah,
motherfuckers. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You never know.
I agree, and I'm gonna go until episode 600. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
And not everyone's Joe Rogan, dog. Joe Rogan, one of the most famous motherfuckers ever, starts a podcast. Hell yeah, this shit's gonna fucking pop off. He ain't starting from the ground up as an unknown motherfucker. This fool's a celebrity who has a massive network of
yeah,
celebrity homies and interesting people. Well, same with you, bro. You got a big network. I mean, 86 episodes deep. That's crazy, bro.
yeah.
You know what I
Thanks,
mean?
man. Yeah,
And that's like all these different personalities and views and people, like real motherfucking people, bro. That's dope. And
yeah,
I hope this kind of shit pops, bro. I just hope like whatever needs to happen. Be like not like, man, it'd be cool to be a millionaire and be famous and that kind of shit. But just because it's dope, like in life, like it's a dope thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's just a dope thing, you know. And then plus, it would be nice to have $1 million too.
Yeah. Well, that's I try to tell my production guys too that it's a slow burn. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we have like 2 or 3 people interested in sponsoring some episodes, but they're not gonna pay us $1,000 an episode. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to give a
yeah,
deal for 4 or 5 where we put their logo on the green screen and mention them 3 times, but it's like it's slow. You know what I mean? But to remain consistent is what's tough. A lot of people don't make it past 10 or 20 episodes. You know
oh
what I
yeah,
mean? And it's like that's why I dig fucking BBB. You know what I mean? Beers, bongs, and bullshit. Like those guys are pushing through and still doing it. Like even
yeah. I
taking
was
a
wondering
taking a
myself.
break, they're still going. I'm like, man, fuck yeah, because it's Spokane. Like I'm able
Yeah,
to talk to people in other places because it's remote. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But they're still creating content with folks from around here, and I think that's fucking tight. And it's to me, I live out here and I'm
yeah.
supporting local, and I think the show is tight. So anything I can contribute, I try my best. You know?
Yeah, it's super dope, bro. And especially like they couldn't have started the shit at a worse time, bro, with the COVID shit popping off. And
Yeah.
like I know there was at least a couple motherfuckers that were like, man, I'm not going over here and hanging out with these 3 dudes. And like everybody's like all up in each, they're all
Yeah.
on this
At the
mic and
at the same
motherfuckers are,
table, less than
yeah.
6 feet away.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
some people were just tripping, you know what I mean? And like, and for everybody to just keep coming out and keep it pushing, like it's dope, bro. Like the whole like, man, I remember because I seen that fool Exact Change, right? You know him?
He's a rapper.
Yeah, but he has this podcast. It's called Happy to Be Here, right?
Okay.
And I
Well,
saw
hold
him
on. Let me
starting to
write that
do his
down.
shit. Yeah, yeah, check him out.
I'm gonna write it down.
His production shit's crazy. Like he's in like a studio now. I seen this shit. He looks like he's fucking Joe Rogan or something, dog.
Word.
But I kept trying to go because I knew him like from the scene, you know what I mean, back in the day, and I knew his name and stuff, and I'm sure he knows my name. And he had On One On and True and TJ, and I was like, man, I was like, you fools need to. I just want to get on the podcast, bro, because I'm such a fan of podcasts. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, I just want to get on. I just want to get on, and this fool never let me on, and like for some reason I don't know why, but shout out to him. But then TJ and them were like they were kind of talking about it, and I was like, man, holler at me, please, please, please. And like they finally did the shit, and I was like, man, this shit is hard, bro. And then it's dope because I met you, and then now doing this shit, like I'm like, man, this shit is dope, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's and like you said, they just keep going. I was gonna do one called the Bob My Knob cast, and I was just gonna get up on there because I was bored, bro. When this COVID shit popped off, I was in the house. I was like, man, I'm gonna do this Bob My Knob cast. I even put out a post. I was like, Bob My Knob cast, Krown Royal Bob My Knob cast coming soon. And like a week later, TJ and them were like, man, beers, bongs, and bullshit. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, somebody's doing it because
Yeah.
I don't even want to do all the work, bro. I just want to get on there and chop it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, dude, I think that's a cool name because, dude, our best performing episode was a girl I had in one of my music videos, and then she was in the movie we did with Ryan Craig. Her name is Miss Kitty Karma,
Is it the native
and
girl in the movie
no,
with you?
no, she's not native. She's Nordic, man. Like her,
Oh wow.
you know what I mean? So she understood. She thought it was cool to be working with some natives. So I thought it was
Oh
cool to
no.
be, it was cool to express our histories and that we understood that school didn't teach all this shit. So it was cool.
Straight up,
But
bro.
she was cool peeps. But she was a webcam model. And dude,
Okay, I know
that
who she
fucking
was. I know who she
episode
is.
got like 200 views already. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, nobody else, it didn't generate that kind of, I know she shared it on her social media and her,
Yeah,
so that got us a lot more views. So shout out to Miss Kitty Karma, like
I'm gonna
it
go look
boosted
her
us a
up.
lot. But yeah, I think that's a good name for a podcast, and having like adult content,
Yeah,
not just actors, but actors, and then also producers and stuff. I think that would be a dope podcast, man, because I don't know anybody who's doing that. And I think that the people who create that content or appear in films, I don't think they do that every day,
nah,
or even every week. Maybe a couple times a month. You know what I mean? So in between any kind of promo shit, like where you just got to put on headphones and talk, like it's pretty good. Pretty
yeah,
easy.
that's
And I think people would be interested, and you can book guests pretty easily.
oh yeah, guarantee, man. And it's
Yeah,
just tight just listening to just because a million motherfuckers don't know who you are, don't mean you're any less of a talent or less of a fucking interesting individual, or
I
so
agree.
that's
Yes.
why I love all this shit, man. Like it's
Yeah.
just it's cool hearing about people, bro, with and really like no ego, like nobody's been like big old ego and shit. It's all just been some down to earth motherfuckers and shit. Like
Yeah.
so do you usually have people on? How many people been on your podcast that don't blow weed, bro?
Um, fuck, dude. Probably like less than 20.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed, bro.
Oh,
I'm
well,
fucking.
that's cool. Yeah, that's all good, bro. You
I'm
know?
disrespecting your whole. I smoke cigarettes, though.
No, like TJ don't smoke weed. You know what
No.
I mean? And like when he was on, he was like, I listened to you and On One's episode, and he's like, I thought weed was just weed. And it's like you guys are talking about all these different kinds, and it's like,
Yeah.
dude, it is, man. Different shit will make you feel different, bro. Like it's not all the same. Like, and so it was,
I know he's funny, bro. He's kind of. It's funny how like naive that fool is to a lot of shit. He's like indica, sativa. He's like indica really makes you kind of feel down, and sativa perks you up a little bit. And you're like, yes, bro. What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah, hell yeah,
But
yeah,
I used to blow big weed, bro. And I know you spent some time in Arizona, so the best weed we got would be from Arizona, and that was like at like mids at best. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It was lime green and had a little less seeds. But I grew up off brick, bro, and I used to smoke real tough, man.
Same. So
Pound
did I. So did I.
pounds
I tell these
pounds were
kids
like
they're
150.
spoiled. I tell these kids they're
Oh,
spoiled. I'm like, you don't have to pick out no seeds and stems. You don't know shit.
bro,
You
we
know what I
used to
mean?
chop that shit up. We used to have to cut that shit up with scissors
Yeah,
and then fluff it in the microwave so you could
yeah.
actually put it
Or
in a
sometimes
joint or a blunt.
we'd put a spaghetti strainer over a boiling pot of water and just set it in
Yeah.
there to puff it
Yes.
out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you got to fluff it and like I remember getting pounds that wasn't much bigger than like the size of a like a checkbook box. You remember the checkbook boxes
hell
you'd get
yeah,
back, and a pound was like this big, bro, and it was like
smash.
$150, and it
Yeah,
was like, damn, that shit's crazy. But yeah, I grew up off blowing mad dirt weed, bro, and it just like weed just switched on me one day, bro. It automatically made me give a shit way too much, bro.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like it
yeah.
made like did my neighbors hear me arguing with my bitch? Like people at work think I'm weird. People think
Yeah.
I'm weird, dog. I hate it, bro. It's extreme paranoia. Not paranoia like the cops are coming, but yo, I was in the store today and people were looking at me weird because I'm a big old goofy fucking, and I just stupid shit, dog. Like,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna tell you this story. One time, it was like I don't know, a couple years back. My girl was pregnant with our baby. We went out. We dropped the two kids off at her dad's house because we were gonna go bowling. Me and my girl, right? She's like 6 or 7 months. She's probably like 6 months pregnant, but she's big, bro. Because I have big kids. You know what I mean? And her stomach is big, bro. So for some reason, I stopped by this dispensary and I got a drink, a THC drink, right? I
Yeah.
drink the drink. We go home. I'm sitting on the couch. She's like getting ready, doing her hair. And she's like, all right, are you ready to go? And I'm just like tripping, bro. It kicks in and I go, I can't take this chick bowling. People are, they're going to see me with a pregnant girl. Our pregnant girl's supposed to be bowling. They're going to think I'm weird because I'm with a pregnant chick and we're bowling. And we ended up staying in the fucking house. She was so mad, bro. And I hate that shit because I used to love to get blowed, bro. I just get blowed, and the only thing that would happen was shit got a little brighter and my eyes got low. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
everything was just cool. Now I'm just fucking tripping over the dumbest shit. And they say that's like part of the medicine, but man, I don't even want to hear it, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's why I'm scared to fuck with the acid, bro, because I just know it's gonna fucking make me look at myself, and I want to be like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think you'll be okay. Just don't get lost in a mirror and you'll be okay, man. Like
Well, that's what everybody
I
says. It's all
I
in your
just
head. It's all in your head, you know.
yeah,
But
I just even like just staring at the walls and like you can see everything breathing and interacting with everything else. Like that's I'm just like I don't know. It's cool to look at a screen on like watch a movie or play some Nintendo or something, but
yeah,
dude, I don't need much, bro. Like you know, if it's lit up, there's some lights on, like it'll be okay. And there's some
you ever
shit
heard
on the
of
wall.
you ever heard of gypsum weed when you're down there in Arizona?
I have, man. What's that about?
So it's like a ditch weed. It's similar. You know how peyote grows out there and
Yeah.
fucking. So it's just this weed. They call it gypsum weed, and you smoke this shit, and it's highly hallucinogenic. It's almost like and then it's almost like has like PCP tendencies about it, and it's just this wild ass weed that grows like only in like Arizona and very southern, very western New Mexico, and it's on some other shit, bro.
Baby, can I bug you for one of these? It's in the door. Thanks. My bad. Okay.
You're good.
I had one more thing written down that I wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah.
ask you about. If you could tell the story. You got a feature from not only Do or Die, but
Yeah,
Johnny P, dude.
yeah.
Like that. He's like, wow, wow.
Oh
I'm just like,
man.
fuck, dude. Like it just that to me is the shit. When I was in college in
Huge.
07, 08, like I was
Oh,
trying to put together 3K to get the feature. You know what I mean? There was a guy on MySpace claiming he was his manager. Maybe he wasn't, but I just fucking wanted it that bad. You know what I mean? Thank you, baby.
yeah.
And it just
Y-
when I heard it on your, I was like, I didn't know. You know, I turned that shit up in my car and fucking jammed it. You know what I mean? Like,
Man, I think that shit is a fucking man. I think that shit is a classic do or die song, bro. I think that shit is so hard. So I was working with these cats, Encore Music Group. It was a couple of my homies back from like my hometown area and shit, right? And they decided to put some money into me, and it was the first time I'd ever like had that opportunity where people were gonna produce my shit for me, put all the money into it, this and that. So um I mean, come on, bro. You gotta love Do or Die growing up and Johnny
fuck
P
yeah, dude.
and
Fuck
so
yeah.
the producer sent me this beat one day and he's like, man, this sounds like some Do or Die shit, bro. Check this shit out. I was like, all right, cool. And he sent it to me and it was that beat just as a stem. And I was like, sick. And he's like, yeah, he goes, we're gonna reach out. We're gonna reach out to Do or Die in them and see what's cracking. And I was like, shit, whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, man, they're like, yeah, it's on and cracking. They're doing it. They're doing it. And then they didn't even mention Johnny P to me, bro. They kind of wanted it to be a surprise for me, right? But
Word.
man, they sent me this fucking track and so the vocals, so once again, C Ray was responsible for um like quote unquote producing the soul song. He didn't do the beat, but he did all the arranging and Johnny P's like ad libs, fill ins, and so when I first got the song back, all you heard was JP that whoa, and I
Dude,
was
yeah,
like,
that's
oh
as soon as I
no.
fucking heard, I was like, no way, dude,
Mm-hmm.
like sick, you
That
know,
shit
like
was dope.
fuck.
I got all them stems too. Like sometimes I just be listening to the stems. It's like just JP in the studio going through the whole song, and I'm like, damn. So yeah, they did it, man. And I wrote about 10 different verses to that song. I think it's only 8 bars. And I wrote about 10 different ones and I couldn't figure out which one to put on there. And so I asked my girl, bro, which I never do because it's obviously like females would like that. And the homies too, but females love Do or Die and JP. And
Yeah,
she told me, man,
that's who's gonna fucking put it on repeat in their car, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's for sure. Like I got my most man, some fool from Chicago. I got tons of people from that song's obviously played in Chicago more than anywhere. But some fool ripped it and put it on on his YouTube channel, and it's got a gang of views and shit, and that's pretty dope. But yeah, man, I was so excited just to have that feature. And then JP died maybe like a year after that.
Damn. Yeah, dude. When he passed,
Yeah,
I was sad because I was just like, I'm never gonna be able to get that feature, man. You know,
it's
like
and he was
fuck.
doing bad. He was doing bad too. Like there's videos of him in the hood, like he was like just getting real skinny, and so he was in the hood, bro. Like, and he died from drinking too. I think he died alcohol related reasons. You know.
Ah, bummer, man. I didn't know. I read he got sick or something. Like maybe it was liver or something, is what the news article said. But
Yeah,
I was
Rap a
just
Lot.
like, fucking bummer, man. Like that guy was. Ah, man. I loved his voice, man. His
Well, Rap a
fucking
Lot signed him. Jay Prince signed him to like when he was like 15. Rap a Lot signed him to like a 15 album deal or some shit. So maybe that's why he never, because he was under that contract or whatever. But man, like Smile, bro, Smile with Tupac,
hell
Johnny
yeah.
P, and Scarface might be my favorite song of all time because JP dog is just
Yeah, well, dude,
fuck
everything do or die, and a lot of that Twister
everything.
shit too, dude. Like
Oh,
he, like the that it was a blue and white CD. Was it
oh,
back
Adrenaline
back
Rush.
back to the game? No, the do or
Oh,
die one. Back to the game. It had that
oh yeah,
Menage a Trois song with Johnny P. Holy
yeah.
fuck, dude! Like when I was in college,
Sex
that came out,
Appeal.
bro. We did a lot of ecstasy to that
Mm.
song, bro. You know what I mean? So it would just it is just even just the ad libs, bro. The
Mm.
wow,
Oh,
wow,
they came classic,
wow.
bro.
Like, dude, it would just man.
And what was
It
dope
was
was,
super impressive to me, Crown Royal, to hear that
man,
feature on your shit, dude.
I'm
So
just happy to have had it,
props.
man. And the cool thing was, like, before I even released the album, Do or Die came up here without Johnny P. Unfortunately, they came and did a show at that club up on the north side. I forget the name now. It's been a lot of different things, but um, they did a show, and I was chopping. They're humble cats, bro. I was chopping it up with AK on Twitter, and I was like, man, I'm here at the venue. He's like, come backstage. Went backstage, said what's up to him and Bilo. They did
Tight.
their show. I was in the crowd with my girl. He jumps off stage, daps me up. I go buy him some Patron shots. We go out back. There's a video on YouTube. We go out back and we're just blowing down trees. Like they're super humble cats, bro. Like they showed mad love too. Like,
Tight, man.
yeah, I always tell them, man, put that song on your motherfucking album, bro. You guys keep all the royalties, bro. Just put that song on your next album, dog.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that was a real blessing. That's like I love that motherfucking song, bro.
Yeah.
Hell
It's a
yeah.
banger for sure. Banger
Thank you,
for
man.
sure,
Appreciate
dude.
that shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Um the only other thing I have written down, dude, is Southwest. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that's where you came from. Like, man, can you talk about that a little bit? Because I watched Breaking Bad like 2 or 3 times the
Yeah.
whole way
Oh,
through. So it's
easily.
like
Yeah, I've watched.
it's cool to hear music from there because there's a little bit of
Yep.
shit from the TV show that's I that I don't know if it's local to there, but it sounds like
Yeah,
the shit
I
that
wish they
Pinkman's
would have
jamming
done.
in his crib or whatever.
I wish they would have done like some more. I wish they really would have reached out to local, like a lot more local artists. That shit would be dope. But yeah, I know Breaking Bad. I've seen it 6, 7 times, bro. I was just down in Albuquerque at the Breaking Bad store. But yeah, that show is such a it's a dope ass representation in New Mexico because of the photography of that show, bro. New Mexico is extremely beautiful. They call it
Yeah,
the land of enchantment, bro. The landscape, the colors. It's
yeah.
like every color came from that place, man. And it's like,
I've
it's
I've heard homies say that too. They're like the AZ
yeah.
desert is fucking ugly. The New Mexico desert is fucking
Well,
beautiful. You
because
know what I mean?
it's the high desert out there in New Mexico. Arizona, it's desert, but New Mexico's the high desert. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful place. I love the culture. I love the people. The town I was from, unfortunately, there was just no future for me in it.
Yeah.
I just went back this summer, man, and it was all love. I had the greatest time of my life. I took my girl. I've been with my girl for like 11 years. I took her down there after her hearing me yak about it for 11 years, and she was just like blown away, dog.
Yeah.
Because I really love it. I really got pride for it. It's a very underrated, to me, it's the most beautiful place on the fucking earth. Super underrated when it comes to like artists, and I mean, they film all the movies down there.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
look up movies filmed in New Mexico. You know, they film all the fucking movies down there. The art is beautiful, and one of my most cherished memories, bro. I used to live up in Taos, northern New Mexico, and they have the Taos Pueblo up there, the Taos people, and it's the oldest inhabited buildings in the United States. Okay, people have
Yeah.
been living there for like 1,500 fucking years, right?
Yeah.
And white guys, you just can't go in there. You know what I'm saying? You can't go in there, dog.
Yeah.
And I made friends with this dude Randy King, who lived there with his family, native cat. And not only did he invite me out there for New Year's, but he invited us out there for Christmas Eve and Christmas. And I got to eat. His family welcomed me into their home, and the 90-year-old grandma sat in the living room, and the grandpa sat in the living room and waited for us to eat our food in the kitchen, you know, before they got to eat, like a sign of respect. And like, we're in these
Shit.
beautiful, beautiful adobe buildings, and to get to the second floor, you got to climb a wooden ladder, and it's
Tight,
the
man.
most 1,500 years these people have been living here nonstop. And it
Yeah.
was just the most spiritual, and not many white folks just get to go up in there, bro. And that's what I miss about New Mexico, is the native culture, the Hispanic culture. It's its own thing, dog. And I fucking love New Mexico, and I always will, dog. But as far as like raising my family and stuff, I would like to raise my kids up here. I hope to die in New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
float my ashes down the Gila River, and all that shit. You know what I mean? There's so much history with Billy. I'm from the home of Billy the Kid, Geronimo, the fucking man. Everybody who's anybody you ever seen in a fucking Wild West movie has made their way through there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Yeah.
but that's why, man. I wish I could take you to the Taos Pueblo, bro, because that shit is so special, dog. It's,
Hell yeah.
man, I just love New Mexico. God damn it.
Yeah. No
Straight
doubt,
up.
man. No
Hell
doubt.
yeah. I love it up here though too. Don't get it twisted. I caught, man, bass season is, can't wait, man. I need me some bass, baby.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Same, man. I like it down there and I like it up here. I'm trying to do the
Me too.
snowbird shit, bro.
Hey, that's the goal.
I want that life, bro. I want to summer up here, winter down there.
Oh boy,
Be
I
the
would love
life,
it, dog.
bro.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's do it. Let's make some plans. Let's do a 20 year
Yeah.
20-year plan, and
Yeah,
let's just do it.
dude. Because over
Yeah.
20 years, like there could be so much cool shit created and just
Oh yeah.
go time well spent on Earth, man. You know what I mean?
No doubt, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So fuck, dude. We're past an hour now, but I always got to ask this question, man. It's my cookie cutter question, two-sided question. First side is, what do you feel has been your best move on the path to where you're at right now?
My best move. Well, just in general, I mean,
Yeah,
man.
maybe it's like a behavior or whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't
So
have to be super
making
specific.
the choice to be in my children's lives, in my children's homes, and making decisions based on not what I feel, but for what's going to benefit my kids. Being able to do that, because a lot of these dudes out here are fucking deadbeats, and I don't fucking understand it. And I just want to give myself props for not being a perfect human being, but always trying to be a better man for my kids. And that's the best decision you can make, because everything kind of revolves around that, you know?
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Good answer, bro. Good answer. The other side of that question, what do you feel has been your biggest mistake on the path to where you're at right now?
And I don't know about mistake, but if I could have waited another 10 years to start having kids, I would have done that, bro. I would have done that, because I stopped everything. I stopped everything in order to be, you can't be no, I've always just wanted to be a rapper. You can't be no successful rapper and be a family man. It ain't gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
And so I chose to be in my kid's life. I mean, I could have been on the road 24/7 there. I mean, me and Cordell could have fucking been gonzo in this bitch, but I wasn't willing. So I would have waited. I would have waited 10 years to start having the same exact kids I have now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, here comes my son right now, a little baby Krown. Son, say what's up on the podcast. He's out of here. So my kids are my everything, bro.
Yeah, no doubt,
No
man.
doubt.
My last album I dropped was in 2013. It was like a year after my boy was born, and I didn't have any money or marketing or promotions or anything. I just put it out, and then I focused on my weed game because I knew my weed game was gonna make me more dollars than trying to sell
Exactly.
songs. You know what I mean? So it
But
was
you know
like,
what? This is what we were all meant to be for one reason or another, man. And I wouldn't change anything. I
yeah,
mean,
me
it
neither.
is
I'm not
because
mad
I'm
at
gonna tell
nothing.
you what, I think we're gonna get another go at this life at least a couple times, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the way I feel. Deja vu is too strong with me, man. I know I've done this before, so it's like we're just gonna
yeah,
keep refining it and become what we're meant to become, you know.
yeah. And
So
then also like it's like if you could talk to your high school self, Crown, you know, like
man,
when you don't you think he'd be impressed with the results? You know what I mean?
for sure, bro. I even if I'm not in a giant house, and even if I don't have the fanciest whips, and even I'm so content because like the most valuable things in life are family and friends, bro. And I've got some pretty good friends, and I got an amazing family, and I'm just so happy that I'm still here on Earth, and that like, hey man, maybe I didn't get a college degree, but hey, it's not all about that, bro. And I'm impressed with myself, man, because hey, here I am, bro, on on the motherfucking Katie Kane's podcast, and on fucking chilling in the truck with my son. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And just I'm happy, bro. I never thought I would be a family man or nothing, you know. So I'm just I went through my crazy ass times, and I'm glad I went through that too. And I'm just happy to be here, man.
No doubt. No doubt. Good answer, bro.
Thank you, sir. I've been practicing that one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's all good, man. Is there any can you plug your social media? Before I ask one more question, like, cause
Yep.
everybody, it's Crown Royal with a K, right? Everybody can
Yep. Yeah,
like,
Crown Royal with a K. If you just, I mean, if you just Google Crown Royal with a K, it should have all my stuff there. Facebook.com/Crown Royal. On Instagram, it's underscore Crown Royal. I got a Crowns comedy page on IG under that name, Crowns Comedy. I got
dope.
and just the music, man. I just want people. I really want people to just go check out my music from front to back. Just search Crown Royal on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anything, and just jam my shit, bro. It's free to listen to, and I make a couple bucks off it, so it's all gravy, man. And I hope people enjoy my shit, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Please check out the music. Shit is banging, man. The Ghost of Johnny
Please, thank.
Binks, man. Like,
Hell
yeah.
yeah, thank you, man.
And then also before we wrap, man, is there any like ideas or concepts that you would like to promote for the future?
Um, man, I'm gonna be doing more music for sure. I'm kind of geared up. I got the studio set up. I'm gonna be getting geared up for that. It's hard. I mean, it's hard right now with no shows or being out there. So I'm just wanting to build as big a catalog as possible, and experiment with as much music as possible.
Yeah,
And
man.
I'm gonna be on the Triple B podcast on December 18th, bro. You should come through and kick it because it's the Christmas episode. So
Oh, dope. I'm down, man. I'm with that
just
shit.
throwing that out there. Yeah, come through, bro. We'll hang out and have a blast, man.
Yeah, man. I gotta go. I bring the 8 channel over there. TJ
Yeah, yeah,
test it, man. We can have more than 4 mics, man.
yeah. Do it, bro, for sure.
Yeah. Well, the fuck, dude. I feel like that's a good place to wrap, and I feel
Yeah.
like this was a good interview and a good episode, man.
Well, thanks for having me on. It's the first time I've been on camera not drinking, so another breaking moment in history here.
All
Man,
right, cool, man. Dope. And honestly, I don't think you needed it. It was still a dope interview without it, man. You know? So
I
good job.
I just beat COVID like a dog, bro. So I'm trying to stay away from bad things for a while, man. So
Yeah, no
trying to
doubt.
get healthy, trying to get
Yeah,
healthy. So
good
yeah, it was
job.
good talking to you, bro. Thanks for having me on, and shoot me the link, man. We'll get this spread out, bro.
No doubt. It might take me 2 more days to edit it because I gotta get Final Cut Pro again to put the green
Cool.
screen logo and shit up. But dude, yeah, thank you for taking the time, man. It means a lot.
Of course. Thank you for
And
having me, man.
yeah, once I upload it, I'll send you the premiere link, and then yeah, dude, hit me up whenever.
Yep.
I'm fuck, dude. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
And
thank you, man. I appreciate it, and I respect what you're doing, and you're You're a cool motherfucker, man. Thanks for having me on, man. For real.
You too, Krown. You too.
Yeah.
You too. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do my outro dance. This was the 86th episode of Concerned Dabs podcast. I was your host, Katie MK. My guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Krown Royal. Please search that in your Spotify, your Tidal, your YouTube, your wherever, Krown's Comedy on IG. The guy's creating some amazing content. I'm sure you guys will like it. Please go and check it out. I also got to give a shout out to my guys in production, Mitchell Wilson and Jesse Curry. This has been a Main Node and Joseph Street Enterprise production.
Yeah.